My next question, do you believe you are a lone wolf or a team player?
Oh, definitely a team player. In fact, I was originally partnered with my husband. We went into consulting together. And then when we got divorced, it was such a blow because I am such a team player. And I'm like, how can I do this on my own? Right. And I finally went through a transformation because there were also issues where I believed in this social media revolution. And when I was writing the first book with him, I had a kind of fight with him and my publisher for the name of the title of the book.
Was that the first one on Twitter? Was that the first one?
Yeah. So the first book on Twitter, that was, I wrote that with a different author. The first one was with my partner at the time, and that was Secrets of Online Persuasion. And it was all about blogging, podcasting, and video marketing. And I wanted to talk about YouTube, and they're like, it's a fad. I'm like, it's not a fad. Video is going to be the future. And it was literally a struggle. And some of the things I had to really fight for, and I learned to be silent. Like sometimes you just say, this is what we're doing. And even if people object, you just stay silent. It's like, there is no compromise here. Someone asked me, Joanne, with that first book, the tagline, it was like how to get thousands of views and and they're like, why didn't you say millions? I'm like, because there weren't millions on YouTube at the time. There were only 1,000. And again, you didn't want to be dishonest. I'm like, well, you can't get millions because their millions aren't there yet. But yeah, that was a big struggle. But what I realized is, when you're partnered with someone who doesn't believe in you and doesn't believe in your vision, it's a struggle every day to really reach that potential. And it was only after I started doing things on my own that I was able to just, first of all, shine in what my teaching was, but also help more people because I didn't have that constant, what I call balloon popping. You blow up a balloon, you're all excited and you share the idea and it's like, that won't work. And I'm like, right? It was like someone would pop the balloon. But then what I realized is I could still have a team, right? I could still lead a company on solo, but have a team of women around me, have a team of mentors and friends and colleagues around me. So that's where, like you mentioned, your 3 heroes, and we're in this group, we call them 7Feb. It's the 7-figure empire builders. And we literally, the 3 of us, have a WhatsApp where we share ideas with one another. And people are like, well, aren't you kind of competing? Because we're all affiliate marketers as well. It's like, no, because each of us do something very unique. And the things that we do similarly, we join forces. We join forces and say, okay, let's all do this together and produce something. And actually the first book that the 3 of us wrote together, that was the 3rd book in the trilogy. That was the Clubhouse Conversations. That was with Angie and with Alicia. I was having a conversation with them. I was like, well, this book's almost done, but you have a great, Angie wrote this really good blog post. I was like, it was like the first 7 days or first 24 hours, what you learned being on Clubhouse. And she had actually gotten on Clubhouse because she saw a comment that I put on a blog post. And that's kind of how we came together with that. So again, everything you do with social media somehow ties together, as opposed to conversations we have in real life that go away and die on the vine. But online, they go forever. So Angie and I connected because of a blog post that all I did is put a comment, and then she created a post, and then I saw that post and I'm like, you should write a chapter. And then Alicia was really good at the social selling and several other things. And she's great at systems and delegating. She's like, why are you doing this yourself? We could delegate this. We can have a VA doing this. I'm like, OMG, I'm making my life hard. I'm going back into my social worker mentality. So it was an interesting kind of reunion of my first mentor and coach, which is Alicia, and then Angie, all the 3 of us basically coming together. And we wrote that book together. We finished it in 1 month. I had done the research and put a lot of stuff compiled for the 6 months when I joined in August, but that last month in December is when it blew up. Everyone was excited. Everyone on our industry was there. All the celebrities were joining. Like, we were in rooms with people, celebrities, politicians, high-end net worth people, and they were giving such good advice, and we were all in the room together. I like to call that being in the room where it happens, to take the Hamilton song off. But yeah, we basically joined forces and we're like, all right, let's finish this book in record time and do it together. So my feeling is, if you can join forces and do things together, you will move forward faster together. And then a big saying in Clubhouse, because we would all bring each other up on stage and share the mic. And it was a rising tide, right? A rising tide lifts all boats. And that's my biggest belief. So don't think of people as competitors, think of them as collaborators and truly create collaborations. And by the way, YouTube, that's one of the biggest things that you can do is do what's called a collab, #collab, as the cool kids call it, right? It's just an elaborate word, for a short word for collaboration. But when you do that, you both benefit. So yeah, I'm definitely not a lone wolf, if that answers your question.
I knew that answer, but I wanted everyone else to know it.